Hello everybody, Martin Wenzel here. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we are at Prince Said Ibrahim International Airport in Haya, Moroni, Comoros, or it's in Haya, but it serves Moroni in the Comoros, and we're going to be flying today to Foxtrot Mike Charlie Zulu with it, which is Dzaoudzi, too small for me to read here. Pamandzi International Airport. So Dzaoudzi Pamandzi International Airport, and that is in Mayotte, an island of France, an Indian Ocean island of France. So we're technically going to France today, but not really metropolitan France, but the outlying islands. This is, let me pull up my a little bit more information about this. This flight is based on EWA Air 303, flown using an ATR 72. Actually, I think the short you'd be an ATR 76, ATR 72-600. That's what we're going to be flying today, and we're going to be using not the community version. That is what I have linked below, but we are actually using the original port over from the from FX, Flight Simulator X, like the model and everything out here. The external model, that's all was from Virtual Call, I think, and it was a payware model in FSX, and it's been converted over, and it's using the one I am using is a little bit out of date now, and it doesn't work so well. Right here, we'll pull up you see the balance here. You can't really adjust this. The center of gravity is all out of whack. The size, it's not right. But I did a test flight. I was able to make it to where I need to go, so it'll work. Hopefully we can take off better than I did. I think I was having issues with my autopilot and all that. But we're using that. We're not using the community version because this version has the CJ4 cockpit, which is a little closer. I don't know where there it is. A little bit closer to what the real life cockpit of an ATR 600 is. And let me just pull up a picture of that. ATR 72600. And if I can spell, but yeah, here we go. We got an image of a cockpit. Let me pull that up. Bring that over here, and you can see we don't have that center screen, and actually probably a better analogy to this one would probably, oh, that was IVAO freaking out. Okay. Yeah, you can see it's similar but not at all similar. It would probably be, you know, I can't wait until the payware version comes out, or from a Zibo. Or is it going to be Aerosoft? Hopefully it's free. That'd be really cool. But they are working on a version of this, and they'll be much better. But the CR, or the CJ4, is much closer than the community version, because the community version uses the Beechcraft King Air cockpit, which is much different than this. So this is kind of similar, not completely, but we do have the flight computers, and the Beechcraft is a little bit different with the flight computer. So that's what we're going to be using today. Is not the community version, but the original port over, and this might be the only flight in the ATR until there's a better version out there, because I don't want to use the Beechcraft. I really don't want to use a fake cockpit, but it is what it is. It's a fun plane to watch fly and be kind of low flights over these areas, these islands. All right, so enough of the introduction there. I'm going to try to use IVAO. This will be the first time ever doing it, but I'm having a hard time filing the flight plan for some reason. It's not recognizing it. Yeah, that's basically it. The livery is in the link below. We're going to be using that Flight Simulator 2020 Unreal Weather. And yeah, it's going to be, well, I don't know why the simulator is saying, I don't know why your screen, the destination thing is saying 2,802 nautical miles. I don't know if it hasn't just caught up yet or what's going on there. Hopefully that fixes. Let's get this started. Let's go back out. So here we are. It is a prop plane. But then obviously we get inside and it is a CR or CJ4. So you can see there's only a few seats in here. But externally it is an ATR. And today we're going to have how many passengers? We're going to have 59 passengers. Well, you're not fitting 59 in with the CJ4, but it is what it is. So let's get this thing started. It's going to be kind of a simple setup. The checklist isn't very helpful. It's actually out of order, I think. But we're going to make sure our parking brake is set. It is. Power levers are at idle. Generator switches are on. They are. Battery switch is going to be right here.
TOS system test. Okay.
Yep, that's on. And then the avionics master switch is, they want it set to dispatch. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I didn't have it set to dispatch the first time I tried this. So we can actually do the computer still. It just won't have everything, all the screens on until we switch that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to input the computer now. See where all my workouts. Okay, let's get our exterior lights. Put a nav light on. Logo light for now. That'll be good. Go to the flight computer. This is CJ4. You can see that's not actually what we're supposedly flying. We're flying an ATR 72-600, but in reality it's the CJ4 cockpit here. Alright, just trying to get some of that up. Hey Marlon, good afternoon. Where are you at? Because yeah, it is afternoon here. It's just about 12:15, which is the scheduled time for this start for this stream, but I wanted to get started a little earlier, so we did. Didn't miss much yet. Just introducing the plane. We're doing the ATR 72-600. It is the original port over from FX or FSX, not the community version that's out there now, which uses a King Air Beechcraft interior. We're using the CJ4 model. It's got a few problems though. But hopefully we'll be able to take off and land. I was able to land. The takeoff was a little rough when I did test flight. So we're going to go position in it. And we are at Foxtrot. And my brain just kind of forgot what it was. Foxtrot Mike Charlie Hotel. We're just going to go copy. Here we are gate 4. And our heading, I don't think we do that. A route to execute. Okay. For some reason it doesn't let me do that. Yeah, it's getting kind of fritzing out here. Position, we did that. Oh, back to index, identification. Yep, index. Performance. You see our zero fuel weight is all out of whack. So what I'm going to try to do, let's see if I can get it. That didn't really do anything, really. Yeah, it's all messed up because this actually took all the, the payload weight off. Alright, yeah, you can see the cost index is 100 for some reason. Go 15, let's see if that does anything. There we go, we'll do that. Again, hopefully it all works. I want flight plan is what I want. We can go in Foxtrot Mike Charlie Hotel to Foxtrot Mike Charlie Zulu. Flight number 303. And next page, we can put in our flight plan, which is a very simple flight plan. I think there's only two waypoints because I don't think the airway actually works. So we need, and I'll throw this up for you guys. There it is. There's the flight plan. The DCT means direct. Always getting interrupted around here. Okay, so what was I doing? All right, threw that flight plan up for you guys. We're going to be going to Hotel Alpha India, which is the VOR for here, this airport. Then we're going to be doing, and we want the south one because we are in the south. Then Uniform Bravo 790. We're going to be taking that to Delta Zulu Papa, which is again the VOR for our arrival, but it's not taking that in there. All right, anything else we got to do there? Execute. Let me get Pack X going here. Getting the passengers on board. 59 passengers. Didn't take too long, and we'll get out of here. All right. Flight time is going to be about, I'm going to give us 50 minutes, but it's probably going to be 44 is what it said. Cruising altitude, oh, it's actually 17,000. So we can actually bump that up. And, oops. I forgot to start up a FSUI PC connector. Yeah, I don't need to see that though. All right, I think we want to do, at this point, I just feel like nothing's on right now. No power is actually on. It's really weird to me. Let's turn on the avionics. Okay, that might be why. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oral warning, okay.
Just trying, again, this is a completely different cockpit, so we're just kind of flying by the seat of my pants right here, figuring out what to do. We do have the flight plan in. Let's talk to the ground. Alright, I just disconnected from my VAO because there's no local ATC anyway, and it's for some reason not recognizing my flight plan when I filed it. We'll just do it through here. We're going to request IFR
Moroni
clearance.
Tower, Mayotte Air, Tree 0 Tree IFR to Foxtrot, Mike Charlie Zulu, ready to copy.
Mayotte IR Tree 0 Tree is cleared to Foxtrot, Mike Charlie Zulu Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.9er, squawk 2543.
Mayotte Air Tree 0 Tree cleared to Foxtrot, Mike Charlie Zulu Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 128.9er, squawk 2543.
There you got our plane here. Passengers coming on. Mark Diff, Jamal Johnson, Induza, Prince, Sarawi, Jeff Kusum. So not a ton of people, only 59 passengers. You can see them coming on. How long that's gonna be?
Are we almost done boarding back there?
We're still boarding?
4 minutes.
Let us know if you need us.
Because I got it on a little bit faster so we can just get them on. Especially with this flight. Alright. So actually don't really need a pushback. We're just gonna drive out of here. I think should be fine. Flight plan right there. There's nothing else I can really put in. So let's...
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead
sorry,
bin
it's like
is full,
lunchtime
please
and
make sure you
constantly
close
getting
it as a
interrupted here
courtesy to other passengers.
Alright,
Please double check that all your items are put away so that
let's
the
start
aisle
doing the
is clear
engine
and other
startup.
passengers can make their way to their seats.
Hopefully I
If you're in
didn't
an
forget
emergency
anything,
exit
so
row,
I
please
didn't want
leave
to tick that. I
exit
wanted
seating
to see where it
responsibilities
is.
in the card in the seat back
First, we're
in
going to
front of
right
you.
engine
If you're not able to
starter
comply
button.
with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put
There it
away
is.
any
It's cooling
laptops or
up.
tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Not really hearing the sound though. So that's weird. Huh. Are we not going to get sound for the propellers? Of course, everything's going to go wrong on the live stream.
We're on your time now.
Alright, so they're ready to go. Looks like the engine...
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 303. Our flight time will be roughly 50 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now
Well, now I'm
set down
hearing
and
sounds.
stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt
There
and
we
make
go.
sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Yeah, let's get that got heat, oil pressure. I'm not sure where that comes from and how to do anything, and that might just be with the fuel and everything else.
Please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated,
Okay,
please
now let's
fasten
turn
your
on the
seatbelt low and
avionics.
tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen.
Okay,
pull the mask
that
towards
activate
you
button,
and
I
place
think
it
I might have
firmly
forgotten to
over
do
your
that when I
nose
did a
now.
test
Secure
flight,
the
and that might have been the
elastic
issue.
band behind the head and tighten the strap
I
as
turned the
necessary.
AT or the
And don't worry, the
autopilot
bag
on,
is
and the
inflated,
plane start
oxygen is
cruising
flowing
off to the
mask,
side.
and you can breathe normally.
Actually, let's
If you're
maybe
traveling
we can
with
get a
children, now's the
pushback
time to
here.
pick your favorite one. But secure your mask and then assist
We
others.
can get
Keep your
a
mask
little bit more
on until a
clearance.
member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim, a fashionable life vest
might
is
not be
located in
anything
a pouch
here.
under your
Anyway.
seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest.
And we won't
Flip
do
it
that.
over
There's
your
no
head. Wrap the straps
nothing to
around
push
your
back.
waist
We'll
and
just be
buckle
able
up
to
the
turn.
front.
It's not too
Pull the
hard.
strap to tighten.
Okay, we
Inflate the vest,
are
pull firmly on
looking
the
like
red
we're
cord
ready to
only
go.
when
This
exiting
looks
the
a little different
aircraft.
to me.
If
I
your
don't know
life
why.
vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Oh, okay, this one
Tampering with,
controls over
disabling, or
here.
destroying the smoke
This one
detectors
controls.
located in the lavatory
These
is
control, right?
prohibited by law.
This,
All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
All right, let's get going. Let's make sure our flight directors are on. Yaw damper. And that should be all we need right now. Let's turn on let's get our taxi clearance.
Moroni ground, Mayotte Air Tree 03 ready to taxi IFR. Mayotte Air Tree 03 taxi to and hold short of runway 02 using taxiway. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Moroni ground, Mayotte TAIR Tree 03 ready to taxi IFR.
Mayotte Air Tree 03 taxi to and hold short of runway 02 via taxiway. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Alright, so beacon light, taxi
to
light.
and hold short runway 02 using
now.
taxiway Mayotte TAIR Tree 03.
Some of those lights that just don't aren't functional. And let's turn off the parking brake. And once it gets going, it kind of just starts going.
Mayotte Air Tree 03, hold position, caution, other traffic.
The only other traffic I see is this plane
Mayotte
right here.
303.
Everyone else is kind of parked.
From the cockpit, we're very slightly ahead of schedule. We'll get you on the ground sooner than later.
AT Johnny John. Doing something a little different here with the ATR 72-600. Not an actual ATR 72-600 though. It's a CJ4 cockpit.
Roger, Mayotte TAIR 303.
The outside looks like one. Let me pop this ATC out. Sometimes I miss what they say. New taxi. I'm not exactly sure what we need for flaps on this plane. Take off. I'm just going to go flaps 1 per setting. This is the original port of the ATR. There's a community version which uses the King Air Beechcraft cockpit. And I guess there's a payware version in the works, which will be nice. We'll see how this flight goes, and I'll decide if I want to do, because the next flight's going to be a Boeing 780, 710, and then the flight after that, I'm planning on doing the ATR again. But we'll see how this one goes, and if I want to do that or not. So right now, I am at idle on the throttle, and it's just pushing itself. The weights and balances all out of whack because you can't really do anything about this empty center of gravity.
Moroni Tower, MAYOTTEAIR 303
Alright, we're
runway
actually gonna get some
02 ready
clearance
for
here.
takeoff IFR to
I did a test flight,
Foxtrot,
they
Mike Charlie
didn't
Zulu.
clear me. Co-pilot didn't do that.
MAYOTTEAIR 303 cleared for takeoff runway 02. Cleared for takeoff runway 02 MAYOTTEAIR 303.
Alright, here we go. I didn't do a cabin ready check. Again, the weights are all out of whack, so we'll see if we can get this off the ground. It doesn't want to really lift off very well. There we go, we're airborne. See, it just wants to dive right away. Need to clear out the flaps. The autopilot, for some reason, wants to just dive me into the ground there. I'm not sure why. See? It wants to take me down. Doesn't want us to go up. Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to do it again. I think I need to set my altitude. Whoa. Doing a high-speed buzz right there. Yeah, I'm really fighting this plane. What we need is we need to turn up the altitude, actually. I forgot to do that again. So we're going to be going 15,000. A little over speed.
Going to 128.9.
I don't think I'm going to fly this again. We're going to do this one flight in this plane, then we'll...
Antanana Revo Center MAYOTTEAIR 303 is climbing through 1,000 feet for 9,000 feet.
Yeah, see what I can't figure it out. And at some point it will actually work. But right now it won't. Right now I'm fighting it, just wants to dive in the ground. You can see where the flight director is at. Actually, I think what I need to do is I need to do vertical speed. I need to just do this all manually.
500.
And now now you can see where that flight director is pointing. Oh, this is not good. Just buzzing the island. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to get it to... See that? It just wants to dive into the ground. Oh my goodness. We're gonna hit the water. Come on. Yeah, it's completely broken. It doesn't want to...
Please expedite your climb to 9,000 feet.
Stall.
I think I just hit the water. Oh, what a mess of a flight. Yeah, this thing does not want to, it does not want to go up. So, if I can't get this thing to start working, I'm just gonna, we'll just reset and we'll just do, with the A320, because this is ridiculous. I can't get it, yeah, it will not go.
500.
I don't know what the problem is. Yeah. I knew this wasn't gonna work. I'm fighting it. There's no... The autopilot does not want to... Oh, now it's gonna... Okay, this was, for some reason, was down. Why was that down? Ugh. Another thing that I need to check. Alright, looks like we're in a little bit of a... It's gonna spin us completely around because we're really out of path now. Oh, wow. Okay, so I gotta... Next time, gotta check this one because for some reason that was disengaged. It was down just slightly, and it only goes down a little bit, so you can't tell. Now we gotta find the flight way back there. Basically, we're gonna fly right back to the island. Well, they are very unsatisfied by this flight, and that's to say the least. I mean, considering we crashed a few times, technically. A turn crashes off. If we had crashes on, it would have counted us as crashing a few times. I'm sure my flight tracking is not gonna like it at all. Oh, I'm looking at the flight tracking on Volanta. You can kind of watch it live, see the altitude, and it's like basically hit the ground a few times, or hit the water. Kind of a strange flight path. All right, but we are up in the air, and that's a win. So if I do this, use this plane again, we have to remember, check this disengaged. The fun thing about this flight is because we're so low, we can really appreciate the scenery. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to go 15,000. Well, we'll actually go down so were they giving me 7? They cleared me to 17? I didn't even set it up in the... That's really weird that they cleared me to 17, I guess. So I didn't ask for that. I put in for 15. They must have cleared us to 17.
Request 17,000 feet. Mayotte 303 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet. Climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet. Mayotte 303.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
9,000 feet. Mayotte 303. 170 knots. Expect MEO or DNV runway 16 approach via Atlas transition cleared to Atlas Mayotte 303.
Alright, ATC can't seem to decide which flight level they want me at. I'm going to go down to 3,000. I think we're a little early for that. We can start making our way down, but I'm not even sure if I go down to 4,000 feet, I'd be able to clear the mountain down there. We're going to stay up here until we clear this island, and then we'll start our descent. We have more than enough time to do that. Again, like I told you, very short flight. 14 minutes remaining. We'll start about the second. Let's go.
Mayotte Air 303 descend and maintain 3,100 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,100 feet. Mayotte Air 303.
Go to 5,000 because they seem to be freaking out. I don't know what's going on with them. Oh, back up on our speed too. Don't have auto throttle in this model at least. So I know.
Mayotte Air 303 descend and maintain 3,200 feet.
You see when we start shaking like that.
Descend and maintain 3,200 feet. Mayotte Air 303.
Air 303 descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
I think if we got down too low, we would be able to clear the mountains.
Customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival. have begun our final descent to your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed or in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat cushion.
We're about 40 miles out, 8 minutes. I want to get down to 4,000. Yeah, let's get down there. Just be careful. How do I get down? There we go. Oh, we'll speed that up. Looking at, now we did, last time I came in here, I think on my test flight I did a VOR, the transition was ATR, what they gave us. Looking at for our chart, VOR Delta Zulu Papa 113.5, and we'll get the atmas, and we're going to kind of do this arc 14 miles out and get on our final approach 161 degrees for our landing. Don't start approach if any procedure is used by another airplane. Transition is 4,000. We're not going to put all this stuff in because we don't have the same flight computer as we do in the A320. So, 8 miles out, we're going to get 2,500 feet, and that's where we're going to start our 3.05 degree descent. We're starting to see some islands coming up. And that island is, I think, that's going to be the one where we're going to be hitting at mass. Oh, actually, that's why ATC wants us to get down, and we're not. Well, we are at 4,000. I'm not sure they're going to give us something in. Let's go to our departures and arrivals. Arrivals, runway, let's do VOR 16. They haven't given it to us yet, but I'm anticipating that's what they're going to give us. Activate. So I'm always confused by this because I think we have to go in and then come back out. It was a little confusing to me. We'll see what happens, what the flight plan does. But yeah, when I did it, it went in like this line. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this arc is going. That's what's confusing to me. Is there's two arcs, or we just go all the way in. That might be what it is. It thinks we're going all the way in and then turn around. And I think we skipped that once we put that atmass in. So instead of going all to the VOR, then kind of looping around and then doing the, it's just going to cut it off right there and go into it. That's what it looks like. I think that's what's going on there. There's our first island of this little cluster that we're coming up on. Actually, that isn't the island we're going to be over to make our turn. Yeah, there it is, I think. See the clouds kind of not realistically got fading away there. I think the weather changed. I think they probably got the MEDAR data just now. The temps and everything are changing slightly. Just got the new MEDAR data.
Mayotte Air 303 descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
2,500.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Mayotte Air 303.
Go down about 1,500 should be good. Want to keep our speed down too. Yeah, last time I did it, when I did my test flight, they kind of angled us around this island, and we went out around that little peninsula over there, off to the left. Just these little villages.
Mayotte Air 303, you are 11 miles northwest of Foxtrot, Mike Charlie Zulu. Contact tower on 119.2 when inbound.
Tower on 119.2 Mayotte 303.
Oh,
Tower Mayotte 303 10 miles northwest. Inbound for DME runway
we want to be
16
at
approach.
2,500. Let's climb back up there.
Mayotte 303 tower.
Alright,
Cleared
QNH
VOR
is
DME, runway
30.
16 approach. QNH 30.00, wind 154 at 17.
Cleared VOR DME runway 16 approach. Mayotte 303.
is having us go all the way in and then come back, loop back out, I think. Okay. So last time I did this flight, it didn't do that. So I don't know why it's doing that. It's going to take us all the way into the VOR. And then it have us loop all the way back around and come in. I don't know exactly why it did that, but it did.
Clear to land runway 16MA.
No, it's clear to land, but we're not lined up now. I don't know why I did that. Let's switch it to the... Where do I switch to? Oh, yeah. You can see the runways right there. We're not lined up at all. Should start coming around. Need to put our what is our 161? That's for the actually. Oh no, yeah, we're not lined up. VOR's not set up right either though. Get this right. Start turning here. Turned off or something there. It's not turning. Yeah, it's weird because before it like just cut off at mass and kind of cut right into that instead of doing this whole loop. Look at that water. That is beautiful. That little greenish. Yeah, so we're going to be working our way all the way back. So I don't know why it did that. I'm on test flight. It didn't do this whole loop. It just kind of skipped to RMAS and went in there, RPAS. But is what it is. We get to kind of get a little bit more of this island, and that's all right. We should have the fuel. We had enough fuel for getting to the alternate, and yeah. Oh, I can't tell you. This is like the most. This is like it's the busiest day here in my house. Like everyone is just like in and out of this door. I can't. I don't know. Every time I'm home, it seems like it's the busiest time of the week. I think it's nice outside, and so people will be outside, but they're constantly coming in and something. I got that weird rogue blinking light there. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, so Iwa Air, you know, the call sign is Mayotte Air. I don't know if they've been saying Mayotte Air the whole time or if they've been spelling it out. But it is a French airline, but it's for basically this island, or this series of islands right here. And connecting with... I don't know if there's any flights... I would assume there's got to be some flights from here to Madagascar. Passengers are back up to neutral. Hopefully get landed within the next 12 minutes. Decided to take the scenic route in for some reason. Yeah, I'm really wondering if that... Yeah, I'm looking at the chart. And it looks like you're just supposed to turn into it at mass. For some reason, the plane decided it wanted to go all the way in. Again, I don't know. Somehow the nav got turned off or something. But it's got these two loops, so we're gonna loop in and then do that arc that we were gonna do anyway. So just kind of doing this big loop here out in the ocean. Not even around the islands. What is that over there? Well, that's us again. Yeah, that's strange. So when we're in the cockpit, there's a light off there. When we're outside, the light tends to be. You see the light pops up there, random light. I think it just shows up at a certain angle with this plane. Interesting. Coming over the island again. Yeah, I think when I was saying the plane turned when I did a test flight and went over the peninsula, that's because that's where it's supposed to turn, do that arc and get in. And for some reason it didn't do that. 220. Let's get down to... slow it down a little bit. Let's get a little closer. We'll start deploying the flaps. I feel like the reflections are a little funky in this cockpit. Surprisingly, we're a little high actually. I don't know why we're not at 2,500, but if we were at 2,500, it actually would just be warning us, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear. Don't need a landing gear yet. Let us get in. Let's get, you know, on that final. We're deploying landing gear. We don't need to be doing this whole arc with the landing gear deployed. Yeah, see, this is where the turn should have been. I don't know why it didn't do that. Why it really literally. And what might have, yeah, I'm trying to think why it did that compared to last time when it didn't do that. Really weird. Yeah, John, I can land this plane, but I can't, obviously can't take off in it very well. Yeah, the airport is actually custom scenery. They adjusted. I don't have a link to it. I'll put a link in the description later. But yeah, the creator, he tweaked it. He also, I think he also did a reunion, and we downloaded that one. But got the elevation for the runway correct, and the runway elevation correct, and added some more, I think added some gates actually. That'll be good for our next flight, actually having a gate where we would load the 747. Right, so we are 8 miles out, so we got to start our descent. Let's do vertical speed. Start that. Actually, we're a little high too, so we're gonna have to. I'm actually going to turn off the autopilot at this point. We're gonna fly this in manually. Get our speed down. Plane wants to fly. It's like taking off on me now. See, now it wants to pull up like crazy. So earlier it wanted to go down, now it wants to go up. Our landing gear out. See, it's thinking pulling up for some reason. Again, didn't have this issue when I flew it. Actually, there we go. I think it was the vertical speed, was it maybe? Didn't have this issue when I landed yesterday. The same exact flight. Just practicing it. You're a little to the right. Here, VOR, we want to get those pale blue or light blue lines lined up on here. Might be a little low now. Gabon. I think we already went to Gabon, unfortunately. But might be able to go back over there. That's Libreville as in Gabon, yeah? So there is actually a flight where I did that. If you look in the playlist, a few flights ago, not sure which flight. Yikes. And now we're way off to the left. Yeah, I don't know what it's complete. This whole whole thing feels completely different than when I did it yesterday. I'm like fighting this plane to go down. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be the only flight in this one because I have no idea how to fly, how to get it. I mean, look at this. It's just it does not want to respond where I want it to go at all. See, now we're just dropping out of the air. What the heck is going on there? Whoa. Yeah, that was kind of a hard landing. You can see it just wants to take off. I don't know what, it just does not want to stay on the ground. It's because the center of gravity, I think the center of gravity's all off. I mean, it just does not. Maybe the flaps, maybe I'm not supposed to put the flaps out like that. I don't know. Yeah, Benjamin, I do have a Gabon flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 3:15.
I don't know what flight number it was, but it was a little bit ago.
26 degrees Celsius.
And actually, let me just, I can actually pull it up here as we're coming to the end of the runway. So actually, whoever this mod actually lifted this runway up elevation, probably threw in those rocks and everything. Make it look pretty cool.
We encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a safe continuation of your journey.
Runway when able.
Get that slowed down. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna fly this plane again. There's too many issues with it. Because again, it's not the actual ATR. I mean, once that comes out as payware, if I decide to pick that up, I'll be flying flights with it. But right now, you know, you saw it was rough takeoff, the landing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Going to 119.2.
Yesterday I had no problem landing. I think I had a nice butter landing actually, and this time just banging, just trying to get it down because it wanted to go up in the air. Okay, yeah, they don't have any ATC for the parking here. We don't have to start an APU, so we're just gonna go in, and I'm gonna find that. Let me see. Yeah, we flew to I think Libreville that's the one. So 2 flights actually, because flew in, flew out. Yeah, so it's gonna be flight 13 and 14. Looks like both of them were actually night flights though. And I think both of those were flying in Royal Air Maroc colors. Drifting all over here as I'm looking. Yeah, first one I think we went from Kinshasa down to Libreville, and then Libreville to Lusaka. Let me grab a link. Well, it's technically my second landing, and the first time I did it was much better. Now, this is very interesting. I don't think this is how the airport is in real life. With this hill, though. But definitely he added a whole bunch of stuff here. I think we're going to go in here and park. That's the main terminal, I want to say, where tomorrow, or the next flight, not tomorrow, but later, we're going to have our Boeing 787. Hopefully we'll get the hill, because I didn't notice this hill when I landed yesterday. But he did adjust the elevation. But he didn't adjust the rest of the elevation, so I don't know if there is a hill or not. We do have... We'll come in here. Got an Air Madagascar plane. In here right now, A320. Yeah, so Benjamin, there's a link. What's the flight time? Do you mean when I'm going to fly it, or how long is that? Whoops, how long is that flight going to be? The flight itself, I think, is only going to be like an hour, and then might fly it, might do it just after this stream, or probably at least a half an hour. Give me 15 minutes to set it up, but you know, kind of see what's going on if a whole bunch of people start running in the house and it gets chaotic again. But I think everyone went off to the farmer's market, so I actually have a little bit of free time. Alright, let's turn off the engines. Again, this is all very rough because I have no idea how to use this CJ4 cockpit. So the engines should be coming down. What's the flight time? In-air flight time, I think it's going to be probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because we're flying from here to Réunion Island. So we're going France to France. Here to Réunion Island, and in the Boeing 787-10, that's going to be a quicker flight than what we just took. This flight, if we were taking the A320 or the 787, we would have gotten up and down in probably 15 minutes. So... And everything's freaking out now, so we'll turn off the... Yeah, see, basically I have no idea what I'm doing with that. And let's get these passengers off. What are they, deboarding? Yeah, they are deboarding. Okay.
Hey, how's our passenger deboarding going?
We're still deboarding.
Get some stairs. Nope, no stairs. Awesome. Alright, so that was an adventure. Yes, this is a CJ4 cockpit, which is why it's a little confusing. This Model 2, this one is the original port from Flight Simulator 10. And again, look at my fuel. Like, I cannot set the empty center of gravity, so the center of gravity is all screwed up, as you can see. It's not right at all. There is a community version, but that one uses the Beechcraft cockpit, and the CJ4 is actually looks a lot more, has the same kind of flight computer as the real ATR 72600. So my plan is our next flight, we're going to be coming from here to down to Réunion Island, Saint Denis. That's Foxtrot, Mike Echo, I believe, the airport. And then we're going to be going over from there, another short hop. And I'll either be doing the ATR 72 in the Air Mauritius colors over to Mauritius, or I might just do that in an A320 in the Neo and hop over. Maybe I'll do it in the CRJ, but I don't have any good liveries that would match where we're going, which is kind of a bummer because I'd rather use the CRJ on those short hops and just use it a little bit more. So that's what we're going to be doing. That flight will probably start in a half an hour, barring any issues, or if I decide to change my mind, but I think I'll do it in a half an hour. We'll get that flight knocked out since the house is empty and these flights, you know, and then it might be up in the air, and I'll see if I'll do a American Truck Simulator live stream. Let me know what you guys think of that right now. Go down. It was a good flight. Yep, the landing was a bit hard. Like I said, I don't know why it was fighting me. It was when I did it last night, did the same flight last night, and the takeoff was terrible, just like it was in the stream. But the landing, I was able to just get it in butter, you know, followed that VOR just fine, no problem. And yeah, everything was just kind of rough, and I think I'm turned off from doing the ATR 72, just this mod, not the plane itself. I think the plane, if you get a payware model, or if a really good freeware one were to come out, but no one's come out with a really good freeware model. But I think the community version would probably work better. The center of gravity and all that's fixed on that one, weights and fuel and all that. But it has the Beechcraft King Air Beechcraft thing for the cockpit, and that doesn't match. That's not even close to what's in the real cockpit. So please like the video. See, I already got 3 likes, so that's great. You guys already liked it. Anyone who's watching in the future, watching this back, like the video, comment below suggestions, you know, what I did wrong. I did probably a ton of stuff wrong. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and we're going to be back with a stream in about a half an hour in the 787-10, Boeing 787-10, Air Austral colors, flying from here, Mayotte, France, down to Réunion, France, in the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Africa, just north. Well, we're going to be crossing across Madagascar. So until then, keep the blue side up and take care.